Turning now to the wildfires in Western Canada. In British Columbia, many evacuees are either returning home or learning whether they have a home to go back to. In the Shuswap, officials have begun to reach out to owners of 168 properties that were either destroyed or damaged by wildfire. The district plans to open up what it calls a resiliency center to support displaced residents. Southward, more Okanagan residents have been able to return home. But even as the West Kelowna Fire Department resumes normal day-to-day operations, the fire chief warned of a new normal for returnees and the more than 2,000 who still cannot.
A tough week is just beginning for many who are returning home or waiting to return home. When the going got tough, your firefighters were on the ground fighting it. And now for many, the going's going to get tough, and we ask you to take a page from our book and do the same. I'm being asked over and over again, when can we go home? And it's a very fair question, but the answer is simple. You'll be allowed to go home as soon as it's safe.
For more, I'm joined by the CBC's Sarah Galashan in our Vancouver newsroom. So Sarah, bring us up to speed on the situation.
Andrew, so the latest coming from the Kelowna-area is that there has been a revised number put out in terms of numbers of structures either badly damaged or lost to the wildfires. It's not a surprise. We were told that the 181 that was put out last week, that was a preliminary figure, and today we learned it's gone up slightly, unfortunately, to 189, and certain residents of certain areas are being asked to go back online and check and to ensure whether or not their property in fact has or has not been affected. The areas most affected, we're talking about West Kelowna, where there's now 69 properties that have been badly damaged or lost because of wildfire, and as well the regional district of the central Okanagan, 94 properties in that sort of outlying area, the area of Traders Cove being among them, and as well the Lake Okanagan Resort. While it is being calculated as a single property, it actually had 150 units in it to house that many or more individuals. There's certainly an effort to focus in on positive storylines, one of them being that the evacuation order applying to the Rose Valley Elementary School, it has lifted, and teachers back in there today getting ready for the start of the school year to start up. Meanwhile, to the north in the Shuswap, the number of affected properties, damaged, destroyed properties, that remains unchanged. It is still at 168. And for those who obeyed the evacuation orders in the many communities in that area, they left. They are now being contacted by regional representatives to let them know what is left. Now, as for those who refused to leave, and we know there were a number of them in the Shuswap wanting to stay back and protect their properties, at least some of them have now been trained up and are being hired by the wildfire service in order to help fight the wildfire. And we were told that of the 250 crew that are on that particular fire today, 17 of them are local hires. Take a listen.
The community took the initiative to get themselves organized, provide their training that is required, work on getting signed up, and then making sure they're safe to be integrated in our line. So for us, it's not significantly different than what we do. I think the real difference here was that the local community and the local government took a hurry up initiative here to try to, work with us a little bit by getting that training done, bringing their locals in and having them really come together to support our effort. And we're very, very grateful for it.
So Sarah, what does the week ahead hold for those fighting wildfires in BC?
Sandra, today it is hot. There's poor air quality from smoke, certainly in the lower mainland and in other parts of the province. But tomorrow into the evening, get ready, there's rain coming, and as well cooler temperatures, at least for the southern half of the province. So here's what we heard from the wildfire service.
What we experienced over the last 48 hours is some of those fires in the north, which we knew were not out. We've started to see those fires that have essentially been laying dormant for the last few weeks, find pockets of fuel and start to ignite again, essentially. And so with that, we are expecting to see growth on those fires. We saw a little bit of growth over the weekend. We're expecting more as we go through the next couple of days.
As I say, though, for the southern half, there is some rain expected, and that is good news, certainly for the some 12 right now wildfires of note that we are seeing, many or most of them in the sort of southern half of the province. There are right now 360 active wildfires throughout British Columbia. 8,000 properties are right now on evacuation order. There are 54,000 that are currently on alert, and joining that, the most recent, the village of Winsett in the northwest of the province. And one final number for you is 585 million, and that's what we're hearing from the BC Wildfire Service has been spent so far on suppression efforts. And Andrew, I do say so far because the wildfire season obviously is not yet over.
Sarah, thank you. That is the CBC Sarah Galashan live in Vancouver.